Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Missy Renee, and on this channel we talk manifestation and how to create the best life possible. And today I want to talk about imaginal acts. And I want to specifically talk about how for many people that I've talked to, I would argue the vast majority of people, you're doing your imaginal acts wrong. You're doing it wrong, so I am here to help you right this. And the idea for this video came from a few talks that I've had with my clients, and specifically relating to imaginal acts. And this is something that for a lot of us can be very confusing. It can be very difficult to try to wrap our heads around this. And because of this confusion, because a lot of people are not truly grasping the point of imaginal acts and the power behind imaginal acts, it's getting a little convoluted out here. So this is my attempt to reel it all in and help to break it down so that you can begin to apply your imaginal acts in a way that is going to find more success. So if manifestation and conscious creation are topics that you are interested in learning more about, then definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoy my content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you are interested in any of my resources, such as working with me one-on-one or my workshops, group coaching, all of that information is down in the description box, so don't forget to check that out. For those of you that have been studying about the law of assumption, the first and most important takeaway, number one, is that your imagination creates your reality. Whatever it is that you imagine is what is going to be replicated, what you are going to experience in the 3D. And this is meant in the most literal sense of the word. There is a reason that Neville Goddard went on and on about the importance of your imagination, your imaginal acts. There is a reason for that. And I'm seeing that this is starting to get away from a lot of people. I know that with a lot of the teachings now, there's a many different people talking about this and teaching the law, but we're starting to get away from the fundamental thing at the core of these teachings, and that is your imagination. And where I'm seeing a lot of people get confused and get this mixed up is the way that they are approaching their imaginal acts. And this is why so many people claim to be struggling with this when it comes to things like doing SATs, when it comes to things like imagining yourself in that state of the wish fulfilled. The biggest mistake that I'm seeing people make is that they use their imaginal acts to get something. They're trying to imagine to change the outside. They're trying to use their imagination in order to change the 3D. This is something that I see time and time again, and this is why so many people are looking around them, trying to see where it is, trying to see where their manifestation is. Why is it not here yet? I'm not seeing any movement. Nothing's happening. It's all quiet out here. What's going on? If this has been your line of thinking, if this is something that you've been doing, this is because ultimately you are trying to imagine to change the outside. But this is not the point of this. This is not the point of doing your imaginal acts. The reason that we do the imaginal acts is to change how we're feeling. It is to change us. It is to help us feel that state of the wish fulfilled. Now, there's a lot of argument around this about living in the end or living in the state of the wish fulfilled. A lot of people will say that you don't need to feel it real. A lot of people will say that you do need to feel it real. And in my experience, it's not one or the other exclusively. It's not one or the other exclusively. However, at the very least, we want to go in and we want to start building up the feeling and state of, I can do this, anything is possible for me, right? Really stepping into your power, really embodying that person with the confidence and the faith to do this. based on all of the things that you have created in the past, knowingly or unknowingly. So we want to always start with this mentality, and this is what I went over in my last video where I talked about this. But essentially, we do want to start with this foundation. We want to help solidify our faith, first and foremost. If you have been struggling greatly with doubt and second guessing and insecurities, you want to start here. You want to really begin to build yourself up and really start to build your confidence around the person that you want to show up as. The person with the confidence to do this, the person who has the confidence in themselves, the person that knows that they can do anything that they set their mind to. This is so beneficial in so many ways. But the second aspect is about feeling it and feeling that state of the wish fulfilled. When you use your imagination to imagine yourself as the person that you want to be, or you imagine this desired outcome that you have, whatever that might be, whether that's running a successful business, whether that is marriage or commitment from a specific person, whatever that looks like for you, you want to use the imagination to change how you are feeling about it. We do the imaginal acts to change us, not to change the outside. And I have to stress the importance of it because, again, this is where I'm seeing so much confusion and frustration, because people are taking this as, oh, if I just use my imagination to think about me and my person, then they're going to show up on my front door. Like, that's going to make them do something. And it doesn't work like that. We use the imaginal acts to change how we are feeling, to essentially help us to reach the state of the Sabbath, or the state of feeling it's done, the state of completion, the state of there's nothing left to do because this thing is already done. And for many of us, there is a lot of resistance to this. For many people, it feels like the imagination and the 3D are completely separate. It feels for many of us that there is a distinct difference between the 3D and experiencing something in 3D and experience something in imagination. And this is a lot of the feedback that I get when I talk to people about this. What they usually say is, well, okay, I can imagine it and all, but it's not as good as the real thing. And okay, whatever you want to assume there. But I will say that in order to see that thing come out there, in order to change the outside, we must first change from within. There is no one to change but self. This is Law of Assumption 101. And if anybody is saying otherwise, if anybody is telling you otherwise, you are being misled. And I would strongly recommend that you read Neville directly. Like, go to the source himself. Because Neville explicitly, and without mincing words, explains that the reason we use imagination, the importance of imagination, is to change ourself, to change the conception of ourself. This is how we change the self-concept. This is how we begin to embody these new traits and these new feelings and these new ideals that we aim to achieve. If you are trying to use the law as a way to just get a quick fix on the outside, if you are approaching this like it's some kind of magic trick in order to make something miraculously appear, that is the wrong approach. That is not the approach we want to take. And the most important thing to take away from this entire video, the reason why we want to begin to change the way that we are looking at this, the reason that we want to change our approach to this, is because what you imagine is what you become. Quite literally. There is so much power in your imaginal acts. There is a lot of research that shows that imagining something and physically doing something trigger the same responses in the brain to the subconscious mind. It cannot tell the difference between what you imagine and what you are perceiving in your 3D. To the subconscious mind, it is the same thing. That is because what you imagine is no less real than the outside world. It is no less real than your 3D. And this is what we must understand first and foremost. We have got to stop looking at this as a way to wave a magic wand to get something to change on the outside. Change occurs when we change from within. And we use the imagination because when we imagine something to the subconscious mind, it's going to take that as a fact. It's going to take that as something that has actually happened. And then it is going to change the way that you're feeling. You are going to notice a shift in how you are feeling based on what you are imagining. And there is a ton of research that shows this. There has been a ton of research showing that by just imagining yourself eating food will curb hunger. It will curb your appetite so that you can lose weight. There is more research that shows somebody imagining playing a piano and actually playing the piano light up the same centers of the brain. This is because, again, to the subconscious mind, it cannot distinguish imagination from reality. And that is because there is truly no difference between the two. So going forward, I want to stress the importance of really begin to let yourself get immersed in your imaginal acts to the best of your ability. The best way that I found to approach this is to be like a kid again. Approach your imaginal act with the childlike wonder and the suspense of disbelief, and let yourself embody that scene entirely. Let yourself go in imagination and play there, experience it, relish in it, live in it. Go all in and do it with a lighthearted and fun and curious nature. We want to be as relaxed about this as we can possibly be, which is also why it is easiest to do this when we are in a more sleepy or groggy state. It is there when we are much more relaxed that we're going to find an easier time letting ourselves get caught up in this imaginal act. And this is ultimately why SATs are so important and why they can be so effective. I've noticed from talking to many people that there is a lot of resistance to doing SATs, to imagine in the state akin to sleep. And while there is maybe a bit of a learning curve, and while it may take some practice getting used to it, there is also a reason why Neville banged on and on and on and on about it. Because ultimately, your mind cannot distinguish the difference between something that is imagined and something that is actually physically happening in your 3D world. And once you truly understand this, once you truly grasp the difference in how we are approaching this, and when you start to use your imaginal acts as a means to change you and change how you're feeling, to change your inner state, when we go about it like this versus trying to use it as a means to get something, to change the outside, to fix something out there, when we finally do grasp this, we will have everything that we need. We will have everything that we need to look for. You will know point blank right away whether or not you are in the state that you want to embody. You will know based on how you are feeling, and based on your thoughts, and based on your reactions, and based on your inner conversations, whatever is going on internally, you will begin to gauge that to see where you are and to understand whether or not you are in fact living in the end. But feeling truly is the secret, you guys. Feeling truly is the secret, and there is a huge reason that this is such a crucial aspect to conscious creation, because there is no difference between what you are imagining and what you are ultimately perceiving on the outside. We must learn to start turning within and really living from the inside out instead of the other way around. And when you do this, as I said, you will truly be able to master anything you want. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Just giving a little tidbit, just my 2 cents, but I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you are interested in any of my other resources, such as one-on-one coaching or my blog, my social channels, my podcast, my workshops, all that stuff down in the description box, so don't forget to check it out. Also, don't forget to check out the other videos on my channel. Don't forget to check out my Manifestation Fundamentals playlist. Each video is a different topic, but it all talks about how to live the best life ever. So until we meet again, you guys, take care, be well, and never forget that the change starts within, never without. Happy manifesting, guys.